So after we save and we exit, the next task we are supposed to do is that is after saving the file and we exit vsudo, we use step 5 tells us to use su to log into the different user accounts. First, log into Lionel's account and verify that he has full sudo privileges by running several root level commands. So we are going to log into Lionel with the su Lionel. The password for Lionel is Lionel. So we are in the user Lionel. So there are a couple of commands which we will run on Lionel to see whether he has the full sudo privileges. So the first is su space Lionel. Or have an invalid option. Like you're supposed to so they're asking for the password for Lionel. We input and it gives us the last login. So the first command is validated. So the second one which we are going to check is the sudo su command. We run that and they ask for Lionel's password for confirmation, and it gives us the last login as well. So Lionel is able to check his last login. So the next command which we are going to try is after the su was supposed to exit. So the next command which we try is the sudo system ctl status sshht. So when we run that, we get the results which tells us that that command is validated. So the next one which we are going to try is the sudo fdisk so when we run that, this is what we get. So after that we exit. So we're back as the root user. So we're out of Lionel. So after trying the various commands and it shows that Lionel has the required privileges, the next step is to log in as Kathleen and try to run some root level commands. So we're going to log in as Kathleen. So we have logged in as Kathleen. It did not ask for a password because we are logging into Kathleen as root. So we're going to try the command su Kathleen. Password for Kathleen is Kathleen, and it gives us the last login. So the next command is sudo su. We run that, and we also get the results from the sudo su, showing that Kathleen is able to run that command. So the next one is we're asking for Kathleen's password. After input seeing the password is wrong. So after inputting that, it says sorry, user carding is not allowed to execute. So the command which we just typed, the sudo su, carding doesn't have the privilege to execute this command. So the next command which we're going to try is the sudo system ctl status sshd. So when we run that, we put in Carlin's password, and Carlin has the privilege to run that command. So the next one is the sudo system restart sshd. So we run that, and system command not found. Sudo, oh, I mistakenly spelled that. So sudo system ctl restart sshd. So when we run that, it says sorry, user carding is not allowed to execute. So carding is not allowed to execute that command. So the next one is the sudo fdisk l. We run that, and it's also stated that carding is unable to execute that command. So we exit. So now it is seen that with the privilege that I'm granted to both Lionel and Carlin, there are certain commands which only Lionel can access, and some which Carlin may not access. So the next step 7 tells us to log in as Maggie and run the same set of commands that we ran for Carlin. So we're going to log in as Maggie. The password for Maggie. So after logging in as Maggie, we try to run the very command that we ran for Carlin. So we have sudo Maggie. We run that. We ask for Maggie's password, and Maggie has the privilege to run the that command. So the next one is the sudo su command. Maggie, and sorry, user Maggie is not allowed to execute. So that particular privilege wasn't granted to Maggie. That's why she's unable to run that command. So the next command in there is sudo system ctl restart sshd. We input Maggie's password, and tell us the same that Maggie is not allowed to execute this command. So the next command there is sudo fdisk l. They're asking for Maggie's password. We input it, and the password wasn't correct. So Maggie is able to execute the sudo fdisk /l command. So it is seen that with the privilege that I'm granted to Maggie, Lionel, and Carlin, there are some commands which Maggie can run, which Carlin may not. But generally, Lionel is able to run all the commands because the privilege that we gave him permits him to be able to run all commands as any user. So step 8 it says that you can set more users for this lab by setting them up in user alliances or Linux group. So that's all about lab 1, and we're going to move to lab 2 with a short while.